Welcome to the land of many words and few thoughts, off topic. Tonight, join this merry crew of three brain cells shared amidst four brains as we dive into fantasies of great legend, discuss a treasure so rare and precious that we can only dream of one day obtaining it for ourselves, and not without selling away some parts of our inner soul. The treasure I speak of now, that we shall attempt to focus on over the next hour. Why it is, of course, a house. Because frick the market, man. Ain't getting that for like 20, 30 years at least. So tonight we're talking about houses, specifically like dream houses. If money wasn't a factor, like what is the ideal house you would want to live in? Not in like a sense of if you had infinite money and could do whatever the heck you wanted with whatever space of land, like just what realistic within like reason of not realistic, what would you want? Things that like maybe you just always dreamt of that you didn't have in your one house. Something that you grew up in this house and you're like, I love that. I want my kids to have that. I want to do that. Or something that you're just like discussing what the ideal house would look like that you would actually want to live in. Because I think we all kind of talk about, oh, well, I mean, $1 million houses are pretty cool, and look at that mansion, that's sick. But like realistically, mansions are big and kind of lame if you actually think about it. So talking about like what we actually want to live in one day, when houses are something that we can maybe actually afford. Hope and pray that the market changes. Rest in peace. Should
Rest
have
in
gotten into
peace.
land when I was 8.
Rest in peace, the housing market.
Biggest regret is not buying land back in 2008 when I was 4 years old.
No, yeah.
Home
Biggest regret.
is simply where you put the crafting table and the bed. Maybe a furnace.
Well,
Big facts.
here's the thing. Is I would argue that not every house is a home. But that's a deeper conversation for maybe a little bit later into the episode.
Considering on a realm we used to play on before we met you, Ren. My house was literally a bed, a few chests, a crafting table, and a furnace, and further down into a mine was a brewing stand. I lived in a 4x4 cube. Made of stone
The
brick.
cube.
The
Osmo
cube.
remembers this realm.
I don't
Run
remember
by
your
Cohen and
house
Will.
because it was too small, I guess, to notice. But I know.
Dude, everyone else had mega bases. Eventually,
I didn't have a mega base.
friend
It
of
was
ours-
like a hobbit hole with a windmill on top.
better than mine. I was literally a block, and eventually one of our friends, Jake, got so sick of it, he built me a whole wooden house, which I proceeded to put in my 12 dogs, my 2 llamas, and a cat, I believe. I had all that in a 4x4 cube house that
God.
had a mine in the middle of it.
Oh,
A mine
no.
going straight down. A head hitter, mine staircase. That was
Oh
home.
no.
Dream
But the minute I
home.
got
Dream
the minute
home.
I got that better house, I exploded the old one.
Oh well, that's
I bet you could fill the entire inside of it with TNT without even having a creeper farm.
I put 3 TNT on top of it. There was nothing left.
3.
3, 2,
magic and
1.
simplicity.
I feel like okay, so this is definitely off topic, but still talking about Minecraft houses, so it's still technically houses, despite it being Minecraft houses
Yeah.
still.
Minecraft houses.
It's close enough. Both of my past 2 houses have been a 16 by 16 by 4 hole inside of a wall. And one of those has definitely become a home with what me and Sebastian have done to it.
Exactly 16 by 16 by 4.
It's 16 by 16 by 4.
Ren, that house is a monstrosity, but it's one that you can't change without ruining it. And I hate that as a builder.
Yeah, it's an absolute
Builder
monstrosity,
proves
but it's an absolute monstrosity, but it's fucking beautiful. It's full of Sebastian put glazed
I can't change it
terracotta.
without exploding the whole mountain.
He
That's
put
how
glazed
annoying it is.
terracotta on he put blue glazed terracotta against one of the walls and like a corner that's yellow glazed terracotta, and some of the rest of the walls are like, I don't even remember what material they are. I think they're just stone, and the floor is like a weird mix of like birch planks and like maybe a couple of other colored planks, and there's like a random
Cherry.
there's like I think cherry. And we
Bunch
have
of
like
fun.
a cherry door, and we have a donkey in a minecart in the middle of it with a piston, and the floor is covered in buttons that you should never press because some of them are rigged to explode the house, or at least that's the
No, they
theory.
They
aren't. I
are?
clicked every single one.
I click all of them.
Actually, I recently did rig one of them to explode.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
It's in
I'm
a
logging onto the
location.
realm to press it.
In the
Huh.
house.
And
Somewhere.
there are tunnels through all of the walls because of the way that Sebastian
Oh, yeah.
decided to go tunneling when he got bored. And there is a cake tower to build limit right outside our house.
Well, this is survival, by the way.
Yeah, it's all in
And also-
survival. And it's great.
Listeners, sorry. And
Actually,
also, there used to be like over 100 chickens until I did the Great Chicken Purge because there's so many eggs, my frames were at 0. I had so much chicken.
And then
after I just purged
and then
them
the
all.
same thing happened with the sheep the other day.
And I did a sheep purge.
You did a
Sheep
sheep
not
purge, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I might have to
actually
purge Lascos if Lasco keeps breeding them up because God, Lasco, there's too many in one enclosed space.
I
Why
drained
didn't
like an
you-
entire guardian temple.
Oh, yeah,
Wait, you
Sebastian-
drained the temple?
And Sebastian put a goddamn guardian outside our house. So every time you walk outside, you gotta make a mad dash for the hills because the
That-
fucking thing will just shoot you.
That was me.
And
That
meanwhile,
was you?
I
You said it
tried to
wasn't
build-
you.
I said it was later.
No, I didn't hear you.
He
I did say
did.
it.
All right, Cosmo, I'm
I
kicking
just
you from
went
this
along
call.
with
Wait, what?
No.
No.
I will say this. Mine currently, I'm doing like a dwarven kingdom, changing a village on a mountain into a bunch of dwarven-like houses. My plan is to hollow out the whole mountain. Luckily, there's an ancient city under it and a big cave, so it's easier, less TNT. But oh my goodness, why do I do this to myself? I'm
This
a
is like
builder.
the biggest
Why do I gotta
tangent
make
we've
my
ever
house a
had.
home?
I know, I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say it's been 7 minutes since we started recording. We've probably done nothing but talk about Minecraft.
Minecraft.
We've been
Correct.
talking about houses though. Houses in Minecraft.
I guess.
I'll be
Although
honest, I
built
don't
my
think
house
anyone's
in
dream house should
Minecraft.
include a self-destruct button. I just
No,
want to
I-
make that very
I
clear.
think
to
it's
our
the other
audience.
way around. I think everybody's dream house should include a self-destruct button.
Nah, it should include.
I was gonna make a
Transformer
joke about
become a
that, but
Transformers vehicle.
I
but
decided not to.
It should be like
Good
the
job.
Mystery Shack.
Proud of you for making
Mystery Shack,
self-controlled
but
good
Robo
choices.
mode.
Yeah, we should also get a shark pit in the dream house.
Yeah.
And then like a super villain.
We should get a podcast house.
Oh my god.
We
Oh,
combine
no.
at the end of the episode. We combine all of our ideas, and we go and we buy a plot of land big enough to build whatever crazy idea we come up with, and we all go live there together and make podcast
That would be
episodes.
great. If the market was good.
Yeah.
We should also have like a huge gaming
Not
room.
to like
so
keep
that
bringing
we
it
can
up,
watch
but like it does hurt a little.
American gaming and the boys and girls and all them gens. That's how it's a work in progress for the gaming channel, okay? Hope the PC freaking works.
But I agree. We should have a shark pit.
I thought you were gonna say bore pit. Now I'm just disappointed. The tough nut and rough nut in me is disappointed in you.
Oh. No, but Cosmo had already mentioned a shark pit. So I was just going back to his
Pit.
shark pit.
Bore pit. Bore pit.
So, in terms of non-Minecraft dream houses, I'll just kick it off. Try to get us in some sense of right direction. Since I guess I'm hosting, I have responsibilities that I should be trying to adhere to.
Yeah.
Uh,
So my responsibility is to get you off topic as possible.
So I think the first thing that always comes to mind for me, I have like, there's really two things that I have that I'm like, somehow, some way, I want to have this in a future house. And the first one is probably just like the simple things. I want to have a furnished basement. I've never lived in a house with like a nice like quality basement, but every time I go to a friend's house or like go to a hangout with someone or whatever, like furnished basements just slap. There's something about the vibes and walking into a basement and having like nice lighting, carpets, nice like painted walls and like couches and stuff down there. It just hits different. Like gaming, movies, parties, like whatever's going on, if it's in a basement with like a ping pong table and carpet floors, That just
It's
slaps. Real.
So basically, my basement, it's carpeted. No ping pong table though, but it does have a projector, which we use to play games with.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah. I remember my childhood house. So for this episode, I will make the distinction. There's a childhood house and then there's a teenagehood house. Isaac, you know the two I'm referring
Hood
to.
house.
My childhood
You had a house in the hood.
barn. I kid you not, I'm pretty sure that house was a repurposed barn for my childhood home.
So my childhood home, the basement was absolutely atrocious. It was always getting flooded. It was just bad. And that was something that my parents actually did like distinctly make a decision on when we were moving to a larger house, was like they wanted a finished basement that was not going to be wet all of the time. And you guys have all
Valid.
seen the basement of my parents' house.
I actually don't think I have seen your new basement.
Really?
No, I haven't either.
Yeah, because you always stuck the cats down there.
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
Because you are allergic to cats as well,
so-
right? I know your brother is.
Yeah. I'm like dogs, cats, give or take. Sometimes they don't set me off, sometimes they do. And it's not even like related to being hypoallergenic. Like there will be hypoallergenic dogs that still set me off for some reason.
I forgot that we had to lock the
Really?
cats in the basement.
Yeah, so I've never actually been in that basement.
Interesting.
I have no idea what you're talking about either.
My basement is currently. My house is sinking into the dirt. I wish that was a joke, but
That
we've actually
doesn't
had to
sound
put up
good.
fences to keep that wall.
Actually, there's a similar situation.
It's on a hill.
We
Oh,
got a
shoot,
we got a
Edit
similar
that out.
situation.
Edit that out. I fucked up. Edit
No,
that
yeah,
out.
I'll edit it out.
I doxed us by accident. Shit.
In we
It's my house is on a hill and it's sinking into the mud. It's by water, so the water fucks up the soil.
Yeah.
I can't believe I
So,
fucking doxed us. I'm so
I-
glad this isn't live. I would be so dead.
okay, I'm gonna talk now. So, my grandma has a. Okay, never mind then. My grandma has a cabin in that we occasionally go to in the summer, and it is sinking the entire foundation.
Oh no.
Dude, we had to have like several repairs on our basement with the giant cracks in the wall and the leaking, especially during bad storms. Oh my god. It did not smell good at all.
Yeah, my childhood house was also on a hill. I don't think it was sinking into the ground, but the rest of the entire property, that's something I'm gonna get to, is like I really loved that property. It was, I think it was 3/4 of an acre. So it was a pretty decent chunk of land. But the whole thing would go underwater anytime it rained.
Betrayal at the house on the hill.
It was betrayal because listen, both of our neighbors raised their land. So they literally just drowned us.
Oh, that's evil. That is evil. Yeah, no, outdoors is definitely like that's the other thing. Is my backyard. One day I have visions, you know, like specifically the back porch. The backyard can be like kind of. I'd like just a nice wide area that like you could play kickball on. That's like the main. Like I just need a flat backyard that's just chill. But like specifically the back porch, I want like one of those stone patios with a built-in fireplace because I love fire pits, like campfires, having people over. Specifically, if I can get like some string lights set up in the back, kind of like just a couple rows of those, just hanging there. Ooh, that's peak. Sitting down, just like convening around the fire as you're like burning wood. That's like if I could have a finished basement and a back patio with a nice like little fire pit and space to play kickball, then I am living the dream and I've made it in life. Like that's my goal,
Yeah.
Because backyards can totally make or break a house.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people overlook the yards nowadays because a lot of people spend so much time inside. And like that is something I'm going to prioritize, is not not specifically the backyard, but I will not prioritize backyard, but would like a good backyard. But prioritize is the indoor stuff. So specifically like a gaming and streaming room, somewhere where we can get together to do D&D stuff, stuff like that. Because I've had a dream of, ever since I saw like groups like Legends of Evantris, they have a designated D&D room that's just like D&D stuff. And being able to have something like that would be so cool. Being able to stream D&D specifically, like if my friends were up to it and willing to kind of release not their entire identities, but like their faces onto the internet and be willing to do stuff like that, I would love to stream our D&D stuff. Because that just sounds like so much fun.
I'd just wear a mask or something, right?
Yeah, that would also be a possibility. Or we could
I'm
even
full on fine with getting like a warden mask, because I was planning to make one anyways.
I am a thespian.
Or we can even just like
a box mask of a warden.
Or we don't even need to show our faces, but have like podcast mics on the thing, and we could do podcast stuff down there too. Just stuff like that.
And just have like a online map on the stream so they can see what our characters are doing.
Exactly. Nerd shit.
Nerd. What is the most nerdy house ever that could exist? Because that'd probably be my dream.
No, yeah, I was just thinking that's probably the same thing. I mean, D&D room, gaming room, Lego room. Let's see, what else? You would want a Geometry Dash room.
You gotta have that hidden like
Geometry Dash room.
I'm not saying
What does
like
that even mean?
The Geometry Dash room.
A giant library.
A gigantic projector that's at like 240 hertz.
Yeah.
A giant library with a big fireplace. I'd love
that. Oh, that would be so nice.
Each page has a frame of Geometry Dash.
It's a choose your own adventure Geometry Dash book.
There's a spike. Do you want to jump?
No,
Yes.
like okay, can we talk about hidden rooms for a sec? Because oh my gosh, I would love like a Narnia wardrobe room.
Oh, that would be so cool. Oh my gosh, a wardrobe room where everything inside of it is just Narnia. Like it's just dressed up like Narnia. Right? That would be so cool.
No, I've actually seen that for like a library thing, actually.
Yeah, people have like done iterations of them. It can't be that hard. You just have
7-Eleven in my house.
Wardrobe.
Do you just think you're gonna have a 7-Eleven be your house?
Yeah.
He's gonna live in his car at a 7-Eleven. All the amenities you would ever need.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent.
You've got a bathroom, you got somewhere to sleep, you got food, you got water. That's like all you need.
It could be worse.
It could be a lot better, but it could be worse, I guess.
Well, yeah. That goes without saying. But you know. Credit where it's due.
Credit where credit's
possible.
Due.
Lives at the mall.
It's just FNAF security breach. You hide inside of like a random suit of armor or something when nighttime comes so that the night guards don't catch you.
A big house with lots of hiding spots.
All right, guys. Today episode, we're talking about our dream houses. So apparently, people want to live in the Freddy Fazbear's place. If you want to
Freddy Fazbear's pizza.
No. I want like a hide and seek house, a big house for hide and seek.
That would be so much fun.
Any big house could do that.
Oh my gosh! Wait, is that literally just what we had as kids? Because like any house has enough hiding spaces, and as kids, the house is proportionally that much larger. So that's literally just what you have as a kid.
Hide and seek just becomes harder as an adult. You can't hide in as many places. That's crazy. Nice. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
We literally just physically outgrew hide and seek.
Yeah.
So we needed bigger places, and bigger places are like harder to find.
Yeah, that would be so much fun.
Nerf wars. That's like you want a nice setup for Nerf wars. Walking hallways, like little larger rooms for bigger, like in the center.
We're just listing off YouTube videos now.
Unspeakable.
Okay, like I've seen this one house, and I don't know if it was in a movie or if I actually saw this house or if I just saw a movie that could do this or like a house that could do this, and I was like, I want to do that. But like those like
Like a
garages that are
mansion.
kind of like semi finished, but they have like a roof, like an attic that's like a nice room in the attic. I in my head I have this vision of like a house that has like a bridge from the house to the garage, and it looks so cool because it's like just this nice big open like backyard, and then there's just this bridge type like I can't even describe it. It's basically just like a hallway with windows that you can just go across, and it's like
Mhm.
elevated off the ground, which is I guess how you describe
Yeah.
a bridge, but like and in my head it's
Oh,
just like
you
so
just
cool. Imagine being able to walk on a carpet across the driveway to get to your garage, like.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
yeah.
I remember I had great ideas for a house when I was in like middle school, where it was a hanging house, where it was either probably four large
Lantern?
like steel or concrete pillars or both, reinforced rebar concrete pillars, um and then super strong chains that hung down to the house, so the house was literally hanging in the air. And I don't know if
Oh,
structurally it would have been legitimately plausible, but
It definitely would be safety codes.
to young teenage me, that was such a cool idea.
wait. Have you ever heard of those like
Are you just Are you
those
just
little
Mumbo
like
with his lantern house?
the what?
Yeah,
Have you ever
lantern
heard of
house.
those like the tensioner things where it's like a platform, but it's like it's connected to another platform that has with rope in a certain way so that it's
Oh yeah,
stable.
Tensegrity.
the tensegrity structures.
Imagine a house like that.
That would be
Bad
so
go sick.
cool.
I wonder if
That
that would
would
have
go
like
so hard.
actually I wonder if that would have had like some earthquake resistance or something. Like a giant
Probably.
version of
Oh,
that below a house.
we should like patent these ideas before someone like steals them and makes a bunch of money in California.
That's it. We all have to move to California and build tensegrity houses. That's the rest of our lives. Sorry. Podcast over. That's the rest of our lives.
Goodbye, everyone. Do
There'll be like historians digging up this
Whoa.
podcast, and they're gonna be like, "We found the origin. These are the people, the ancient heroes of California.
I disconnect, but I've already
It's
done
their
that
origin
thing.
story."
Yeah, you already did that bit. Don't do it again.
Hey, comedy is a rule of three. You do something three times, and that's when it's max funny. Well, I'm
Can I
seven.
stab?
Who are you stabbing?
Huh?
What?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Violent.
Huh?
Moida.
Huh? Huh?
Not concerned.
Huh?
Oh.
Is everything okay over there?
Yeah,
Huh?
maybe.
No.
Probably not though.
Okay, cool. As long as we know that
Considering
nothing's
all the
okay, then
issues
we
I've
can.
had the past few days with the PC, no.
You know what's crazy? Did you guys have like computer rooms, like rooms that were just specifically for the computer?
No.
Because that's like
I
my
had the
grandparents
basement.
have that. We used to have something similar where it's like this is where the PC was, and obviously like houses only had one PC, so it's like this is the computer room. It's just crazy to think how we've like gotten so far past that everyone has a computer and everyone has a TV in every single room.
I think my household actually, like, for some reason, like, within my family line, the main computers always are in the basement, the ones that get used the most. It's ridiculous. Not
Interesting.
funny, but ridiculous.
Yeah. I both of the houses I've lived in that I specifically remember that my parents were actual houses, not like apartments and stuff when I was really little. But my childhood house and my teenagehood house, um, they, or I guess like a better term for that would be my parents' current house. They kind of
House
had
one and house two.
house one, house two, yeah. Thing 1 and
House
thing
red,
2.
house blue.
Yeah, red house, blue house, 1 house, 2 house, 1 house, 2 house, red house, blue house. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. We got it. We mailed it eventually.
3 house.
Not proud of how
What?
long that took.
Or house.
The
Full
illegal,
house.
I never said 4 house, Cosmo.
I said full house from Balatro.
Oh my gosh, get out of
I
here
thought
with
you
your
said-
Balatro.
I'm surprised my joke. The viewers are going to know the joke, but you guys won't unless you watch back the footage. I'm not going to explain it. The viewers will understand. Listeners.
Huh?
Huh?
Huh? Huh?
Huh? Huh?
Well, I was gonna say something. Oh, that's right. We did not have a specific designated computer room, but we only had one computer in the house, and it was in my parents' bedroom. So that was kind of my parents' bedroom first and
Oh.
foremost, but I guess secondarily it could be considered a computer room.
I think my
I
first
cast
house that I lived in, the computer room was like the dining room, if I'm remembering correctly. And the computer was just like in the corner of the dining room. And since we didn't really use the dining room for anything else, that was like the computer room because no one would like be on it while we were eating dinner.
Yeah.
And then started phasing out of that phase. My grandparents' computer room is still the computer room. It has a bed, it can serve as a guest room, but it is like predominantly just the computer room.
Yeah.
Computadora.
Computadora. Is that how you say computer in Spanish, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
No, that's how you say your mom.
Gasp.
The scandal.
Like gas.
That's how you say gasp in French.
How do you say gasp in
I
French?
take offense to that because I've taken French. It's nothing like
Lay
that.
gasp.
I know
Le gasp.
that. That's just saying
That's what Cameron
masculine the gasp in English. So you're just saying a very stupid thing.
That's the point. That's like the whole point of this podcast.
Un muy estúpido cosa.
You are very
Is that
stupid.
my stupid house?
No, it's a very stupid thing.
Was the
You.
last word not casa? Isn't casa
No, it's
house?
cosa. I said cosa.
Oh, that's not confusing at all.
It's not confusing
Oh.
at all. House thing, same thing.
All right, guys, we're talking about our dream things today. That doesn't sound bad at all.
I remember when I was little, me and my brother had a genius plan on the three quarters of an acre of land that we had with our I think it was 1,000 square foot house, which was a very small house for 6 people. We
Yeah.
had the genius plan that we were going to build a house my parents were never going to move, and we were going to build a house in the backyard when we got older, and we would just live in our parents' backyard forever.
Hey, financially, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. But
Imagine not needing to buy new land.
I remember being so attached to that idea and being like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. There's no way that anything other than this is gonna happen. And then as I got older, it kind of phased out. But like when I was younger, my grandma was like, not necessarily encouraging it, but like she thought it was a cute idea, so she was encouraging it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we have this strange
She
attachment to our
wasn't
like
encouraging
childhood
it, but
homes
she was
most of the time.
encouraging it.
Yeah, not to say she was
Like-
encouraging it, but she was encouraging it.
My oldest brother, for the longest time, wanted to like he was old enough to buy a house, go back and buy the house we moved out of, which is like not realistic now because we moved away. But like, it's just strange how many times as kids we're just like, yeah, no, this is what a house is, and like we just have this set in our minds that like this is what it should be like because this is what it is, and we don't want to like change it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're also dreaming up giant schemes of like, I think it was at one point that I wanted to have a house with like a 9-hole mini golf in my basement, which honestly I'm still not opposed to. I won't lie. It can't be that hard to figure out. Like, you don't even need that that much room. You could make some putt-putt with like decent small space.
It's not about the size, it's about the quality.
And the creativity. Like you can make a lot. It's putt-putt. It's designed to be small. You just got to get creative with how you adjust it.
Yeah. Micro putt-putt, so everything is just half-sized, including like putt-putt is already half-sized golf, so it's just half-sized golf.
Putt, putt, putt.
Putt, putt, putt. Putt, 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 putt.
Hey, I feel like you could actually do a lot though. Like you could
No,
make a
instead of
customizable putt-putt
mini
course.
golf, it's micro golf.
Large golf.
Micro.
Large golf.
Smaller.
It's super golf. It's just double-sized golf.
I would play that. That sounds delightful.
At that
Keep,
point, you
That's
just
a
hitting the
pretty
golf
youth group
ball.
activity.
I have a picture in my head of those like inflatable balls that you like or
Bubble
like
soccer?
round things. Yeah, like bubble soccer. Yeah, the inflatable things that you put people in. You take one of those and you
Yep.
take a baseball bat and you just whack that across the course. That's the picture I have in my head, and it's fucking beautiful. I want it so bad.
Yes.
But it takes like hours to get to this first hole because it's like a huge
It's just
course.
all the way
That's what-
across the state. It's just all the way across the state.
If you think about it, nuclear warfare is kind of massive golf from a certain point of view.
I don't know if I like that idea. Or concept, rather.
You're just aiming it at the really small target, well, actually really big target, and hoping you land, you know? There's even
Yeah.
obstacles that get in the way.
Called people.
Oh goodness.
Well, no, I would say that the obstacles would be like the anti-aircraft guns and like missile defense systems.
Yeah, those stem from people.
The people don't really get in the way. That's sort of the problem.
The people don't get out of the way. That's the problem.
That's both are a factor. Yeah. For sure.
Oh.
I'm so confused
I
by
feel
the
like I should
turn
be
that this is
concerned
taken.
about y'all. But I can't muster up the energy for it.
Cat.
Yeah, it's just cat.
Cat.
Cat. Princess?
Ah.
I
Yeah.
have the cat.
I hear
Congrats.
her.
I picked up the cat.
He has acquired the
Congrats.
cat.
How dare you pick up the cat?
Do not the cat.
Cat, go up to the mic. Go up to the mic. Okay.
My brain started erroring.
No cat appearance. Tragic.
I heard her collar clink, so kind of cat appearance, if you pay attention.
Cat confirmation.
Cat
We
confirmation.
know there was
yeah.
a cat.
There was indeed a cat.
It's not Schrodinger's
Wait,
cat because we know what
is
was
that
There's
a
a cat? Wait a minute.
Don't you dare. Don't start that.
Is that a cat?
I would like my dream house to not have any fake memories. All pictures will be real. 100% authentic.
Correction, false memories. Fake memories are
My
just
dream house would have
false
that one stuffed
memories.
animal that just vanished from me mysteriously. None of us know why. None of us know where it went. I miss it.
Hate it when that happens.
And,
And
I
nightmares
really
about
like
that
that
happening.
animal too.
Back to dream houses.
So what's the best one? Okay. Did anyone ever watch the movie Down in Derby?
No.
Don't think so.
No.
I don't think I've ever even heard of it.
Okay. It's like, I can't describe it. It's one of those like weird movies that you have on DVD as a kid, and then you grow up and you're like, was that real? Was that a fever dream? Like, what was that? 'Cause I don't think it
I
ever
had-
had like an actual
I-
release. But it had like big name actors in it. But it was never released, and like no one ever knows it. Long story short, it's basically a film about like these three dads in this neighborhood who all get like super obsessive because their kids get into this Pinewood Derby for like Boy Scouts, and they all just like
Oh
want to
god.
make the best possible Pinewood Derby car for their kid, and they kind of become like obsessive, overtake the thing, and it's like this. It's a comedy. It's a comedy film. It's a
Mhm.
delightful film. That's like this was my childhood. But because of this movie, I had this like big obsession with Pinewood Derbies, and I really wanted to do it. My two brothers got to do it, and then I didn't because the program we were in that did them, we left before I got to get to that point where I would get to join the Derby. So I never got to make a Pinewood Derby car, and it's like this weird like little thing that movie that because I watched it so much, I got obsessed with it, and so now it's like almost like inevitable that one day I will have the mini putt mini golf course in my basement.
I
That's
still have
amazing. That's
my
like that's sort of an
Pinewood Derby
it.
cars.
But there's definitely going to be a Pinewood Derby like track somewhere in my house that I can use to just make like Pinewood Derby cars whenever I want. I've never done woodworking. I have no clue what it would look like, but I gosh darn it, I'm gonna do it at some point. And I'm going to have this in my house. And it's
Guys,
going to be like probably a massive headache for everyone, but I'm going to
This
because it
is a
just needs to
threat.
happen.
we should host our own
Yes.
Pinewood Derby for the podcast members and our friends.
I
This
actually
would be
have
delightful,
all
and
my
I'd be
old
so down.
Pinewood cars. I even have my winter one.
So do I, because I have none.
Do you have your old Derby cars?
My own Pinewood Derby from Boy Scouts, yeah.
I did, I think, exactly one Pinewood Derby thing, and I got into like the finals round and then did not succeed.
I have a question.
Or like the
What's a
second round
pine-
or whatever, but
What's a Pinewood Derby?
oh my gosh, he doesn't know.
You race cars.
You race little
They're like
wooden
they're
cars
wooden
that you
blocks.
build.
Oh,
Like a
okay.
wooden block about the size of your hand, and then you like carve them, and you can like you can't necessarily add too much. They have to be a specific weight, but you like design your own cars, and
I
then they race
think-
down a course.
I think I did that in like tech class, maybe. I don't know
Probably.
That would track.
if that counts.
Yeah,
That would make sense.
I remember
It's commonly done with like Boy Scouts and those types of clubs.
Yeah. I remember the one that I did, I made a little Star Destroyer.
Oh,
I
that's sick.
It was
one of mine,
it was awesome.
the one that won best design, it was a Pinewood Derby car of a Pinewood Derby racetrack with Pinewood Derby cars on it.
That's so meta.
I love that. That sounds sick. Well done. Bravo.
Bravo.
Your
Bravo.
creativity right there.
Jinx.
Bravo, good sir.
Bravo, bravo. Jolly good show.
Jolly good.
Right
Jolly,
on.
jolly good show.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Right on.
I do concur.
I do concur. It's Tuesday, isn't it?
What about bottled water?
40 water bottles. 40 bottles of water.
We are about 1% on topic here.
If not.
We-
I think
you know, we
everything else has
mentioned-
not been on topic.
We haven't been on topic, mate.
This may set a new record
Ladies.
for how much we can be off topic.
Whoa.
And by
Off topic.
off topic title drop. Whoa!
Roll credits.
Credits.
Da-da-da-da-da. We are on topic.
That's crazy. No, this is definitely setting a new record.
Okay.
I think it's
I
kind of
can't remember
later.
what the
What
other
are we talking about?
We're
Oh,
it's
Dream
1
house,
PM.
dream houses.
Homes.
Ah, yes.
Your mother.
Dream houses.
Who just left the call?
Dream homes.
Oh, Cosmo left the call again.
Dream?
I have the notification sounds off because we're recording the podcast, so I didn't even notice.
I just hear the boo-doo.
Oh, and we're back. So, out of curiosity, it's not necessarily like a part of the house, but I feel like what's living inside the house is still relevant. So, like, what pets? Because
Yeah.
I know I've already kind of
Yes.
discussed pets. I know I would love to have a dog. I am such a big dog person.
I
I love
would-
them. I just need to find a dog that wouldn't kill me. Like, if I can breathe around the dog, I'm happy. So I need to just find a dog that I can breathe around, and then I'll be set.
Y'all know me. I'm gonna want a bat. At least a bat, maybe a colony.
Is that even legal?
Depends.
What do you mean depends? He's over
Well,
here.
like,
I mean,
He's over here like, no, it's not legal, but I
Wildlife
also
rehab.
don't care.
Wildlife rehab. But I specialize in bats.
no.
Cat.
You could also just like find a way to get a bat to live in your attic, and like as long as you don't have official like, yeah,
No,
this is
you
my
don't want
pet.
them in your egg. It
Who's
smells
gonna tell you
so
it's
bad,
illegal?
Guano. Guano is it smells awful.
Well, you just gotta clean that up. You're gonna have to clean that up anyway if you own a bat. Or have a bat.
Yes, but there's a difference between it's in a cage that I can easily clean versus my whole attic has soaked in poop.
You
And
just
it
got to
smells like
repurpose the attic. And if anyone asks why you repurpose the attic to house bats, be like, well, they were already there, so I figured I might as well make it easier on myself. What are they going to do? Arrest you? It's not like you're actually trying to house the thing. You're just trying to make sure your own house is. Oh, well, in that case, maybe try to do it legally, I guess.
Or you could just lie to them.
Wildlife
That's always an
rehab,
option.
as I said in the first
This
place.
is my pet rat that
never
happens
said
to be
anything
able to
illegal.
fly.
I'm gonna kill you. Kick him from the call for that, please. Kick him. I hate that.
No,
I'm not.
No,
I hate
he's
that
not again.
beyond all God.
There he goes.
Good.
Rule of
You
three,
never call
baby!
that a rat with wings in front of me, or I will literally rip your spleen out and feed it to my dog.
You know,
Hear
if
that,
you think
Cosmo?
about
He's
it,
gonna.
Feeding it
Hear that,
to my
Cosmo? He's
dog.
gonna rip your spleen out and feed it to the dog.
Oh no. Anyway.
Is that a picture of Princess?
Yes, it is.
Ah, she's so round.
oh my gosh, it's just just a circle.
She
Black
has become
hole.
Circle.
Circle cat.
The void.
The singularity.
Oh, I would love to have a void in my house.
Child.
That'd go crazy. Imagine having guests over and they just look over into the corner and like, oh, don't look too long. That's the void. You'll go crazy.
The
Oh, yeah,
sphere
that's
of
the
the
void.
sphere of annihilation over in the corner.
Just be like, yeah, don't mind that. You'll go insane.
Oh yeah, don't mind the void.
Imagine this is just like such
Just
a power
purposely
move.
drop your voice down, just like the void.
The
The
void.
void.
The void.
Don't stare into the void because the void will stare back. The void will stare back at you.
You stare at the void, and the void stares back at you.
Dang it.
Also, it pays rent, so don't like. I'm just not picturing like, oh yeah, having my friends over. What's up, guys? Don't mind me. I'm just gonna go feed the dog. You can just chill here. Just don't look in the corner. That's where the void is. And he pays rent, so I don't want to move him. But yeah, he has made guests go crazy a couple times. And he just leaves the room when they're just sitting there, having to not stare at this thing in the corner.
And in reality, it's just like a harmless cat.
This sounds like actually just a great sitcom idea. Like there's just a house.
No, they're not.
And
They're
one
trying.
corner just
No,
on
It's just
screen.
basically
There's a corner-
Bird Box.
No. There's nothing there, but they're trying so hard not to look at it, and it's just like a conversation between them about like, oh, we can't look at this. What could it possibly be? And it's there's not actually anything there. Like that would be a perfect sitcom episode.
That would be beautiful. We're trademarking that. If anyone takes it, we will sue you. We reserve the right. I'm sure that legally does something.
Yeah, probably.
By us.
It's
I don't
really legally bullshit.
It's our idea. Y'all can't have it unless you like want to give us royalties and writing credits and stuff. Then like hit us up. We'll work with you.
Yeah.
Sellouts.
A house.
Burning
Wow.
down the house.
All right. Before we close, I think we
Burning down the
it was
house.
brought up a little earlier, but like, what do you guys think defines the difference between a house and a home? Like
Yeah,
what?
that I was just about
changes-
to roll around to that. Yeah.
Like, because we discussed things we would love to have
That's where
in a
the
house,
heart
in a
is.
building that we
Where
own.
the things you care most about are.
I would say
So
that's.
like if the things you cared the most about were like thrown in the dumpster, would that become your home?
I guess so.
No.
I was gonna say I feel like that
That's sort of a
definition
genuine
is to
question.
an extent lacking. I would argue that maybe not the ultimate definition, but definitely part of the definition should be part of that old adage where home is where the heart is. And I think that's what Cameron was trying to get at. Is
Right.
Yeah.
it's the place that you, or should be at least, the place that you feel the most comfortable, the place where you want to be, the place where you can rest comfortably at the end of the day and appreciate where you are at. The place where you kind of,
Memories. I think that's kind of what it comes into.
yeah, and the place that you go to, because so my living situation is a little bit weird, as all of you know. Listeners, I've not talked about it extensively, but I have mentioned it a couple of times, especially on streams and stuff, and I'm not secretive about what's happening. I'm participating in a program, a housing program, so I'm in, that helps people kind of get on their feet and be able to become functional adults and do stuff with their life. And potentially, eventually,
That's
or
all.
not potentially, but definitely, eventually getting my own place. But right now, I'm on the very first step of that. We're actually talking about me moving up to the next step soon, so that's good news.
That's all.
But right now, it's the way that I would
Whoa.
define this is an adult group home. So I have my own room, but I share living space, kitchen, all that stuff with a whole bunch of other people, with a dozen other people. And while I do feel like this is definitely a house, I don't know if I would define it as a home. I would say at my current state, I do not really have what I would define as a home. I don't have anything against this place. I would say I am comfortable here. And I'm able to lay down here and be able to sleep comfortably at night. And I really appreciate most of the people that are here for who they are. And I don't know. I feel like it fits most of how I had defined it, but at the same time, I don't really think of it as a home. Maybe because it's not a permanent place to be. I think that goes into that as well. It's at least a semi-permanent place. Like potentially, you would move up from any house to another house if you needed more space, or from or anything along those lines. But it should be a permanent fixture in your life. And I mean, this has been a somewhat permanent fixture for the past 9 or 10 months or however long it's been. But I don't know if I would define it as a home. I definitely will throw around the term home just because it's easier than trying to define what it is to me. But
Yeah.
I don't know if I would call it a home. Sorry, I've just realized I've been yapping for like 3 minutes. You guys
That's all
your
good.
input too.
To kind of bounce off of that, as a college student, it's very interesting because I spend most of my time in a dorm building on
Yeah.
campus, like away from what I would traditionally consider home. And similar to like what you said, a lot of times it's just really easy to say like, oh, I've got to go home, even if you're not thinking of it as home.
Mhm.
It's just that's where you're like, that's where you sleep, that's where you eat, that's where you wake up, that's where you're like just living. So it's just a lot easier to say home than dorm building or group home or the structure that I reside in. So a lot of times I think we do toss around the word home, even if we don't 100% mean it. But to me, like
Yeah.
I think I do actually genuinely consider college a home. And like I still come home for the holidays and stuff, and I still consider this structure that I'm currently in at home. But like the dorm building, campus, I think a lot of it comes down to, like you're saying, home is where the heart is. And I think a big part of that is the memories and the people around us. And so to an extent, like college campus for me is home because I have a lot of my friends there. I have a lot of memories there. And obviously right now I have a lot of time left that I'm going to be spending there. So like
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
that sense of permanence because I know for at least 2 more years I'm going to be over living in that area for most of my life. So it's very interesting because it is Like it's not just about stuff. It's not just about people, and it's not just about the physical structure, but all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff putting together, those like sentiments kind of become home.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do have to say it was very difficult for me to make that transition from having a home to not having a home because it happened kind of suddenly and unexpectedly.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me not a long time, but it was a very shocking change to no longer be able to call my parents' house my home. Because I'm not going to go into great detail about it. But like most of my friends are somewhat familiar with what happened. Isaac, you're probably more familiar than most because we talked a bit when I was in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
like it was very difficult for me to grasp that concept of that my parents' house is no longer home. I'm no longer even allowed there. Like that's kind of like a banned place for me to be now. Because of things that I've done, broken relationships that have happened between me and my siblings, me and my parents. Um, but it was such a shocking change, and it came about so suddenly. Um, it never really clicked until I turned 18 and was coming out of the hospital and going to my aunt's house, because before that I had been living with my nana and papa for like 6 to 9 months or something like that. Um, and before that I had been hospitalized, and before that I had been living at my parents' house. But it was, even when I was living at my nana and papa's house, I still consider my parents' house at home. I think I was still holding on hope that things would get better. Um, and they did not. They didn't get worse. But they did not get much better, and I don't know. I'm just trying to get across the point, I guess, that it was a difficult change, and I think that's going to stand for. I think that stands for anybody that realizing that you kind of have. Because I was kind of forced to out into a position where I have to be on my own sooner and quicker than most.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel like it's a change that everybody's going to have to make eventually, and I don't think anybody is going to come to terms with easily.
Yeah.
No, because like we said, a home is where so much of our like safety and security comes from because of that like established presence. And to lose that at any age, at any point, for any reason, it's like suddenly you don't have a home base. It's like you're playing like an RPG and suddenly you can't have that like HQ to go back where you have all your like stuff secured and you're just on your own with what you have. And that's like a terrifying
Yeah.
feeling
Yeah.
because of that the
Like,
lack of
hey, blow
security.
up your house in Minecraft.
Precisely.
And it's come back. It's come full circle back to Minecraft.
Oh,
All right. I think we're
Time's
done here.
We nailed it. Nailed the landing, guys. Let's stick it in. All right. I get to choose the next person, right?
Yep.
Does that sound how this works?
Yep.
Cool. Um, I don't know if I'll be here for the next one. We're hitting college again, so I will be in and out, kind of bopping around. Um, let's
Probably.
see. Oh, okay.
Probably me.
Who did last week?
I think I'm the one who hasn't done it most recently. Who
Okay.
has not done it most
Oh, yeah, because I've
recently.
only been here for 2 weeks now, so that's why I'm like not remembering past 1 week ago. That makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense. All right, yeah, take it away, all you then. I'll let you guys. I don't have a beef with that, so
All right.
all
Th-
yours.
Thank you so much, everyone, for taking the time to listen. It means a lot to us, or at least to me, and I would assume it means a lot to my fellow
It means
podcastees,
nothing to me. I am a heartless soul.
colleagues.
my colleagues, my
Y'all got a
esteemed
soul
colleagues. That's anyway, I do not usually super promote my channel here. This is usually, which is weird. I haven't done one of these outros in a while. I'm used to doing outros for my videos and streams. I'm glad we got around to recording this weekend. I didn't know if we were going to be able to, but we did.
Huzzah!
Somehow.
Huzzah!
It was a miracle.
It was a miracle. I think we had good conversation here this week. I
Minecraft.
do not have anything for you guys. If you, I guess I might as well ask you to subscribe if you want to subscribe, or I think it's follow on Spotify.
Twitch.
No, on
Yeah.
Spotify.
Oh, Spotify?
Save and follow,
Oh.
something like that.
Is it follow or is it subscribe? It's something
I don't
along those
know.
It
lines.
might be
Spotify.
save. It's not subscribe.
No, it's not. I don't think it's subscribe. Do whatever saving thing,
Scribble.
liking thing. If you want
Do
to,
whatever.
yeah.
Like
Honestly,
and
do whatever you want.
subscribe.
But if you want to see more episodes like this, get more content, get more
It's following.
more goofy
I just
sillies.
confirmed.
It's what? It's following.
Following.
All right.
Yep. I did the research.
He did the research. If you want to, basically, if you want to see more episodes, this is I think our 30th episode. So,
Hey.
that's a big milestone too. There are literally an entire year's worth of episodes to look at. This is last week or 2 weeks ago when we recorded. So our last recording was, the year mark. So there's literally a year's worth of content to look at. Go check those out. Some of those are really goofy, silly. I really enjoyed myself through some of those. I don't think I have anything else for you guys. I will say we will try to get an episode recorded for next week. I have a couple of ideas for topics that I might want to do. I'll discuss those with the guys, and we will bring you an episode hopefully next week. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you again hopefully next week.